It's Week 9 of the National Football League. And at center stage, it's the Raiders' leader at quarterback. He's your top dog in the league this season, ranking first in passing yards. It's the Raiders and the Bengals. All that and more coming up next.
It is time. The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by the former Clemson Tiger stepping in. Back to throw here to begin the drive. This one is caught by Gallup.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
First carry of the game for Alexander Madison. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up third down. He'll look to throw. He's got a man. That's Myers. A gain there of 15. Good for a Raider first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. Back to throw. That's to the first tight end taken back in April. It's Brock Bowers. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
First and 10 now from the 36. They'll toss this one out to Madison. And he'll work this down inside the 35. It was Cam Taylor-Britt with the tackle. There you get a look at his numbers on the ground a week ago as a part of their victory. Now they'll set up to throw. He's got his man, Devontae Adams. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
And the Raiders are going to have a first and goal. Very nearly a touchdown. He's going to be marked out of bounds just shy of the pylon. 13 yards on that one. Move the sticks. It's a first down. This opening drive going to form so far. Now they've got it first and goal. This is hot toward the side of the end zone. Michael Gallup. Touchdown Vegas. That's his 8th touchdown of the season.
It seems to me they were kind of holding this play call for this exact situation, Mike. First and goal, down here near the goal line, and they had this one worked up all week. Simple pitch and catch, and it works to perfection.
Raiders offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he continues to show off his ability to run with the football when the situation calls for it. He is the NFL's leader in rush yards at the quarterback position. The drive starts with a run by Madison. He's going nowhere, losing yardage on that play. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. He'll drop to throw. To the right side, hauled in by Myers. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable 3rd down, getting some good yardage on that 2nd down play. They'll run right side with Madison. And a spirited run there, somehow managing to gain a couple of yards. The Raiders offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. They trail now 14-7. Right away, they'll set up to throw. That's a short one, caught by Bowers. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. To the right side, here's Madison. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. That is Trey Hendrickson, the veteran, in there to... The Raiders offense and their quarterback... They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That'll be taken in. It's Alexander Madison. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down. 2nd down and 3. On 2nd down, here comes Madison. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. Going to get a stoppage here. We have an injured Bengal on the field. Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
This is a situation where you just have to be a little bit more decisive with the ball in your hand. I mean, at some point, it's got to come out. You cannot continue to stress your protection over time like he did here. And to take that hit after that amount of time, that falls completely on the shoulders of the quarterback.
He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. He gets this complete, finding Adams. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. A big play there for the Raiders. 35 yards. Two minutes to go here till halftime. We'll come back to Cincinnati in a moment. What an important sequence this is, trying to get one of those scores back before halftime in a great spot. 1st down and goal. Here's a run. And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Alexander Madison. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved. Headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. He had the touchdown pass earlier, adding to his season total. You get a look at the NFL leaders in touchdown passes to this point this season. They'll look to throw here on first down. He'll get this complete to Gallup. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks, so don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
And he's in! Jacoby Myers! Touchdown, Raiders! This great season throwing the ball continues. That last TD pass, number 40 on the year. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. They'll start on the ground, and here's Madison. And he'll gain about 6 there as it's up past the 35-yard line. They'll come up now for second down and 4. Over the middle, that's the tight end, Bowers. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
They get 24 on that one. First down, Vegas.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
That's taken in by the running back, Madison. Out of bounds, but in business. They mark him down near the 2.
Another great throw, and that's been the story as you check out these numbers. I mean, he has done everything this team has asked of him and more.
A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's first and goal. They'll run with Madison. Trying to fight his way into the end zone, but they will mark him short. Down at the 1. And that one just kept getting worse and worse until finally they bring him down. So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. They'll run. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They tracked him down behind the line, and it's 4th down. To the air now on 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. On the handoff, it's Madison. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up 3rd down. From down near his goal line, he'll look to throw. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete. On the give, this is Madison. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
And he continues to carry the ball well. Another nice one here. But as they find themselves continuing to trail here in the 2nd half, the opposing team's defense is not really concerned about the run game.
And he will go all the way. Jacoby Myers. Touchdown, Vegas. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And he continues to be a focal point of this offense. Now 10 touchdown catches for him on the year. Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts. Throwing now on 1st and 10. Taking off. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line.
There was a lot of questions surrounding this quarterback about whether his style of play from college would transfer to the NFL game. Well, his ability to create with his legs certainly has here today. We see it with his ability to escape pressure out of the pocket, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. That's to the right side and caught by Bowers. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he's going to have The Raiders first down. They'll get the conversion. It's a gain of 14.
That's just a big-time play by this quarterback on fourth down. You can see he starts first look covered. Then he goes through his progression. There's nowhere to go with the ball. He can't throw it away, can't take a sack. He quickly decides to turn into a runner, uses his legs to pick up the first down, and they're still alive.
So they move inside the 20, first and 10 at the 18. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. A quick slant, and here's Adams. And the Raiders are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle's made here at the 3-yard line. Terrific day throwing the ball, and the numbers now show it. Over 300 yards passing in this one. They'll throw out of the gun. Oh, he did all he could to get away, but they're going to catch up to him. It is a big loss. First down was not very good. Here's second and goal. He's going to run it. And he's going to go into the end zone on an electrifying run. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A huge touchdown there in the fourth quarter, and now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up, and we got ourselves a ball game.
On first and 10, they'll set up to throw. Now he'll air one out. That is hard. And he will take this one in. 70 yards. Touchdown, Vegas.
Well, it seems this game is kind of getting to the point, Mike, where it's defense optional. I mean, both these teams are really just having their way with their opponent. They're going up and down the field, and after this long touchdown, yes, this is great if you're a fantasy player, but it's not so great if you're a defensive coordinator.
He'll tuck it and take off. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
Looking middle, and he's got Myers. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. With it.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
He'll try and throw for it on 3rd and 1. He's going to have the first down and more. He is in. Brock Bowers. Touchdown, Raiders. And he continues to remain on fire. That is a rare NFL day 5 touchdown passes thrown.
And, Mike, at this point, the defense just looks completely lost out there. I mean, they have no answers whatsoever, giving up the 5th touchdown pass of this ballgame.
So this one, a win for the visiting Raiders. Their winning ways continue. They've yet to be stopped as they remain unbeaten in the month of November.
Pick it up!
It's Week 11 of the National Football League. And at center stage, it's the Raiders' leader at quarterback. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Raiders and the Dolphins, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
Here come the Raiders now for their opening drive. They're brought out by one of the team's youngest and brightest in his first season out of Clemson.
As you take the field coming off of a real late season bye, you just want to maximize what last week was all about. Making sure that physically, mentally, emotionally you're recharged so you can go attack the final stretch of this season.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Gallup there to haul it in. And he's able to get across the 25 before stepping out. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Inside handoff goes to Madison. Brushes him off with ease. Avoids a defender. We've got a foot race. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 22 on that one. And that's good for a Raiders first.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. That's taken in nicely by Brock Bowers. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They're set up at the 35 now. Up the middle they go with Madison. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. From the 29. He'll get it complete to Alexander Madison. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball in your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. They give now to Madison. And he gets a few on the plunge forward. We have an injury timeout now, and it looks like it's for Alexander Madison, who got the worst in that previous play. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete. Official signaling for a timeout. It's taken by the offense. White goes up and over for the touchdown. The Raiders have a great first drive and get the game's first points. Raiders and their quarterback ready to take over once again. And it's not just a blip for him this year. He's been one of their go-to scorers on the ground as we get through the heart of this season, leading all quarterbacks in rushing touchdowns. First and 10, they're going to throw. He's got the hook up to Devontae Adams. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. 1st and 10, it's a gift to White. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense. Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach.
Still 1st down.
A bit jumpy across the way there, and that halves the distance ahead of him on 1st down. They'll run here following the penalty. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Now looking to throw. Able to hit Gallup, complete. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
And that one's forward for 1, maybe 2 yards. That's Sheldon Rankins in on the stop. This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and throw it here. Complete beyond the marker. Following that completion, medical staff headed out for an injured player. We'll see what the nature of his injury is. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Up the middle, here goes White. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry. 2nd and goal from the 9 here. Throwing from the gun here. That's caught. Here's Zamir White. And he's out of bounds at the 3. Nearly got to the end zone there. Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. White launches, and he's got it. Touchdown! The Raiders get 6 more on their early advantage. And he has made this a habit this season. That's his 10th rushing touchdown so far. Are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he's been one who has wowed the league and made a lot of fantasy owners very happy too. You can see he's leading all quarterbacks in passing here in November. Throwing now from the gun. He'll get this one to Madison. And he's able to get across the 25 before stepping out.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Here's the give to Madison. And his defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Long time standout Calais Campbell there for the stop. The Dolphins with an extra DB out there. Third down coming. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He has the first over the middle. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. They get 27 on the play. And that's a Vegas first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. They give it to Madison. And they bring him down around the 34. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
You call that first down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards. They'll take that every single time.
They'll throw on first. He's on the move. Finds his man over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal. Here's Madison. Is in. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders make it a 3-possession game. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it...
The Raiders ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And eventually, Brock, one of their drives is going to fail to reach that end zone, but through 3 possessions so far, they have been perfect.
Yeah, and in order for that to happen, somebody somewhere on this defense has got to rise to the occasion.
Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. Second down coming up. To the ground with Madison. And they bring him down at the 25-yard line after surrendering some good yardage. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Complete here to Bowers. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. All right, I'll set up now. 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Madison. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field.
Offside. Defense.
Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him.
Still first down.
A bit jumpy across the way there, and that halves the distance ahead of him on 1st down. Running it after the penalty. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Goal to go, they're passing. Escapes the pocket. This one delivered off target, Brock. That's incomplete. So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. They go with Madison here. Dives for the end zone, and he makes it. Touchdown! The Raiders pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And the turnover puts them right back out there. Just a few plays since they scored that touchdown.
Well, they didn't get much time to rest, but guess what, Kate? That defense didn't get much time to rest either. Now you could go in attack mode while they're still shaking off that last touchdown.
He has the touchdown. Ooh, baby, Brock, this one has gotten well out of hand.
You think so? I think this is utter domination. Going to be a lot of questions to be answered. I'm going to guess this is a press conference the coach isn't looking forward to.
This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. They have been automatic scoring in this quarter, and yet another opportunity to do so here.
Let's go.
On first down, they'll run. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. He'll throw it. Escapes out to the left. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And finally, they bring him down. He shook off a couple of defenders there on a nice pickup. It's a gain of 5, but they still need a bunch here on 4th down.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler.
The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they'll come out throwing. Finds his target, Gallup. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. And he's up across 200 yards now in this opening half. That's beyond simply a good start for him. This is the type of game where he's been taking the lead on carrying his offense forward however he can. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Right up the gut. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Pass play coming here. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's out just a second shy of reaching the red zone. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains. And for a long time now in the NFL, going back to the 80s even, 4,000 yards has been the threshold that you gotta hit to have a truly great year. And with that last completion, he's crossed and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Las Vegas! The Raiders making this a laugher before halftime. He's into the end zone and already at 3 rushing scores before halftime, Brock. So they either got to find a way to keep him out, or he's going to run his way into the record books if they're not careful. Pass play on 1st and 10. Got a man, Bowers has it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
A gain of 33 yards on the play. And the Raiders first down.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. They'll run here on 1st down. It is charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards. 2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 34. That's complete. Here's Madison. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. The early returns on the stat sheet have been good so far, partner. He's off to the exact kind of start they were hoping he'd have.
Yeah, you can just feel the rhythm, the timing, the tempo. And that ball is zipping all over the field.
Out of the gun, Madison. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. Offense letting the clock reach 3 seconds as they take the timeouts. And they can try a field goal now before halftime. To the air now on 1st and 10. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. He's got it inside the 25. And that is a touchdown. The Raiders grow the lead coming out of halftime. Devontae Adams, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. That is as efficient as an offense can be. One play, 70 yards. And 6 points, Brock. They can save the rest of the plays they had prepared for their next series.
Rest of the plays? Why even call a different one? I mean, that one hit the sweet spot on the barrel and got out of the yard in a hurry. Perfect call to catch him sleeping to start that drive.
Running right, it's Madison. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. Looking to the air here. Finds him over the middle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Now hang on, looks like somebody came out after that play a little shaken up. Not sure we saw exactly what happened, but he'll get some assistance now. All set up now for 1st and 10. Enough goes to Madison, running right. Has good room at the 35. And he's finally brought down just a yard shy of midfield. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26.
You know, it is so refreshing for these running backs when they have space to run. It's hard. There's so many collisions between the tackles. When they get on the edge and have green grass, well, the best of them take advantage of it.
He's got it deep downfield. And in for the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Here's the handoff. Works the sideline to the 30. And he'll get this all the way up to the 35. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's good for a Raiders 1st.
He easily had the yardage for a 1st, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a 1st down pickup.
This ball's cut by Bowers. And he's brought down after a short gain. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Now a give running right. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play.
Offside. Defense.
Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach.
Still 2nd down.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Trying the right side. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Pass play now. Has a man. It's Madison. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. This game has already been a good one for him, Brock. And, hey, there's still time. He could add on even more.
And you just feel his aggressive mindset all game long. As there's time left, he's going to want to keep on firing and turn a good performance into a great one.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. They give now to Madison. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Whistle sound as the defense decides to call timeout. On 2nd and 12 now. And this will be a Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders trying to end this before the final quarter. Devontae Adams, the touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Throwing it to start this drive. Chased out to his right. He's going to keep it this time. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's a Vegas first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
It is caught left side. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. This is the type of performance a former quarterback, just like yourself, Brock, can marvel at. He's carried a great performance through much of this game. Even as the defense adjusted, tried to slow him down, none of it mattered.
I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because these moments the game does slow down. It is so fast on the field for the normal person, but when a QB's in a rhythm like this, the game is slow and he is dicing it.
That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that first down anyway.
Throwing deep for the end zone. And through the back of the end zone and out of bounds. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So second down coming up. Dropping back to throw. Forced out to his right. He's keeping it. And they take this in for the score. The Raiders throwing 6 more on the blowout. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down. Didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down. And when you can put
Now they'll throw out of the gun. Hits him on the out route. They get 19, and now they're going to have first and goal.
You want to start a good debate sometime, Kate? Go in an NFL locker room and ask which position is the best athlete. The big guys, the left tackles will tell you it's them. The corners will tell you it's them. But I'll tell you what, these tight ends of today, the way they can run and break tackles and get in the open field, they truly are some of the...
And this will be a Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders are running them out of the building. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith. Right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. He finds his running back deep down the left side. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. And he continues to rise higher and higher as this game goes on. That's now a 500-yard performance for him. Less than 30 times that's ever happened, which puts in perspective the enormity of what he's accomplished here. Down inside the 40 now with a first down following that last play. They'll throw it. Buys time, rolling right. He's running with it. Jukes one defender. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal. Well, when this guy's got it going on the ground, Brock, there isn't a more exciting player on the field, and he has certainly been the most fun to watch in this one.
Yeah, he's been fun for you and me, Kate, but not this defense. You know, I remember asking Pete Carroll some years ago, Is it harder than ever to play defense right now because of all the rules and regulations, everything else? He said, oh, yeah. And throw in these dual-threat quarterbacks, they're a nightmare as well.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. He's going to throw this one. On the move, headed right. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders continue adding to an insurmountable lead. And that's his 15th rushing touchdown of the season. Notable not just for how often he's been able to run it in this year, but because he is now tied for the single-season quarterback record in that category. To throw here on 1st down. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It goes for a 38-yard pickup. And that's good for a Raiders first. And someone has officially flown higher than the Dutchman, Brock. That completion pushes him past Norm Van Brocklin for the most passing yards in a game in NFL history. The mark of 554 yards and stood resolute since back in 1951, and 7 decades later, someone has finally topped it. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Daniel Carlson out to try this Raiders field goal. He connected once, and a good chance here. This is inside of 35. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And the lead continues to grow and grow.
Get another.
Airing it out to start this drive. He's on the move. He takes it himself. And he's able to move it past the 45 before going out. When we bring this game to a close, Brock, I think one of the stories we're all going to be talking about is the type of showing this guy's had, not spinning the ball, but running it.
It's been just gritty. It's been determined, kid. It's been tough. When they needed a play, he's dug deep and he's willed this offense forward, coming through with the type of run the moment asked for.
And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 47. Escapes the pocket. He's keeping it again. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down. So not with his arm, but with his legs that he enters the record book, partner. That's the most rushing yards in a game for a quarterback.
I know, Kate, you and I share this thought. On any given game day, we get a chance to see something never done before. History made. And this QB and his legs in particular got it done today.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And now they have a 1st and goal. Daniel Carlson out to try this Raiders field goal. Angling this one in from the right hash, the challenge here. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And they didn't even need those points when you look at how impressive that lead is. Oh, look at this. He's set up to throw. Chased out to his right. He's on the move. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Signals, and looks like we've got a timeout before that 1st down play. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Forced out to his right. Oh, he's calling his own number again. And he'll head out of bounds at the opponent's 35. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Buys time, rolling right. He calls his own number again. And it wasn't too long ago that we saw Lamar Jackson set this record, Brock, but no surprise, he comes along and resets it. Now a new single-season record for quarterback rushing. And from his example, I expect to see more young quarterbacks in his mold in the future. Taking off with it again. Escapes a defender. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its 2nd. And they'll have just one left to burn now. Daniel Carlson out to try this Raiders field goal. Pretty automatic look for him from the left. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And a fairly insurmountable lead grows by 3 more. So it's a road win for the Raiders in this one. And yet another challenger is vanquished as they continue to carry this undefeated season in November.